completely lost.
Okay.
I did it on, and I did it on my PC as well. So it doesn't matter which way you download it, right? I can don't download it to my PC and my laptop.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
yeah. So
okay.
I,
We'll look at that. Yeah. I looked at it, actually over the weekend, and I actually encountered the same thing you did.
okay.
Okay. And then I grabbed my wife's laptop and
Oh,
tried it, and it worked fine. And it's
oh,
like, what is going on? And then I kept trying to figure out, well, what's the fix? That's what we want to get
right.
at. And I did determine what the fix is.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
So, and I sent it to you. I know you've been busy. You said you were off or doing other
Yeah,
things. So you may not
yeah,
have time to do that.
yeah,
Um, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I didn't get to it today.
Oh,
I
that's
just,
fine. That's fine. Okay, so kind of what I want to show you today is, and I'll put the link for the documentation, the same stuff that I actually sent Kathy, um, and basically once you install it, you're good to go. I mean, there's not much more you really have to do. Just a few little check marks here or there, depending on what you want to do. For instance, if you want to access your flash drive on your physical machine and you want to save that file perhaps to the H drive within OCC, there's a little thing. I mean, it's very simple. There's not like you don't have 100 options, okay, to deal with. You have basically about, 8. Okay, so there's not too many. So I guess what I could probably do is, let's see here. Give me 1 second here. And I'll share my screen and show you the documentation. And we won't go step by step, just to give you an overview of it. Um, Let me share my screen. Okay, can everybody see that? The installing
Yes.
Horizon. Okay, great. Yeah. Is it large enough here? Can you see it? I'll zoom in.
Zoom in, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. Is that better?
Wow, yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know how it looks. Okay. So there's initial two parts to this. I don't know. I think we're probably all familiar with Okta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the two-step authentication. And that's part of this too. If you haven't already gone through that process, you will have to do this. And there's actually a link on here how to get to it. And it's just like when you go through your bank or other institutions, they just want to make sure they know who you are, and you'll get a text on your phone, things of that nature. And then the next part is to download the application. And the VDI application is actually called the VM Horizon client right here. And here's the URL to get to it. It's within the documentation that we can send you. And once you go to the website, you can download it. And then it just shows you how to download it. And then you install it if you're familiar with this, if you've ever installed a program on your computer. It's the same process. And it takes probably a few minutes to install. And then of course, it'll ask you to reboot. Okay. And then once you reboot, you'll have this icon right here. If let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Bad drawing. This icon will be on your desktop, and that's the next step. And I can show you from here what you'll have to do. Okay. And let me. Okay. Can everybody see that screen where it says VMware Horizon Client?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, I should have backed up a little bit. Anyways, there's that icon on the desktop called VM Horizon. You'll double click on that, and this here would be blank, and you'll have to add a new server. Okay, and the server or connection server name is right here, and this is in the instructions as well. And it's called vdi.oaklandcc.edu. On campus, this is different, and this will actually be apps. It'll say apps in front of it. So, but this is how you would create, like if I was here, I can do this here, apps, that it'd be actually let's see if this works. Okay, it's gonna give me a message because I'm at home and it won't work. It works only on campus, that apps, but it's mostly for students. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and double click on this connection server, and I hope you can see the next screen.
David, just so
Yes.
just stop for you for just a second. I think
Sure.
I don't want folks to be confused. Certainly when on campus, they'll have an office computer, so they wouldn't need to use VDI to log in. They could if they wanted to, but
Yes,
they don't have to because they have the office computer. I just don't want folks to be confused in terms of usage on campus.
correct. This is for the purpose of working from home and connecting within the college, as opposed to remoting into a computer. Okay, a physical computer on campus. And of course, we've all gone through the process of the computer, electrical storm, whatever, the computer turned off and it didn't turn back on. Okay, well, this is always on. Yeah.
Mhm.
So no, they can use their computer, or they can use this on campus if they wish.
I've got a question from Beverly on the chat.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Quick question for you, Dave. So if someone is in the office, so someone is working remote using the office computer or with VDI while they're at home, this won't be an issue anymore because we could have someone in the office using that computer, and then, I'm sorry, I'm just confused. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Does that make sense to you guys, what I'm asking?
I think, yeah, basically using this, it creates a virtual machine
Uh-huh.
that is separate from any physical machines on campus. So those physical machines that are on campus can be used, may it be in the Career Center or the adjunct faculty offices,
Okay,
that nature, yes.
all right, thank you.
Okay,
Dave, I do have a question.
Sure.
When I work remote, now that we're back to campus and we're sharing offices and that, sometimes when I try to get in, let's say, when I'm like not on my scheduled day or something, and I pop in just to get my schedule, it says that someone else is using it.
Mhm.
So with this VDI, I will be able to do that even if there's someone using the computer that I'm
Okay.
assigned to at work.
Yeah,
Does that-
again, this is actually, if you're working from home, you'll be using VDI, which is
Right.
going to be a virtual machine. It's going to be your own virtual machine.
Okay,
You own it. No, nobody else can log into it.
Yeah, and we're gonna stop using those assigned computers once we get on. I mean, I'm hoping within a week, anything that's assigned to you and the office will not be assigned to you anymore. You'll just be using VDI.
okay.
So for example, the day that I was using the office in the F and Kathy tried to log in and I had to move offices.
Well,
So
that
that-
day she was working from that office, so you couldn't
Right,
use
right,
that office.
No, I know, but I was using it up until she needed to. So
Yeah.
that won't happen anymore, in other words.
So
Right.
literally you
Yeah.
can go into any office then and use a computer.
Any office that's
Right.
free that isn't currently being used, absolutely, just like in the past.
Well, I mean, isn't physically being used, that like a body's in there or
Right,
maybe,
right.
all right.
We have
But
another.
when you're on campus,
Oh, so what was that, Patty?
well, so when you're on campus, you can still only be in one office at a time. But if we're all at home, or if I'm on campus and somebody is at home, we can both be using that same, like, there won't be an issue about that.
No
Right,
issue.
yeah. That's why I was asking.
We have another question
Yeah.
in the chat,
It-
David. It says, what is going to happen to the files we have saved to our desktop that we remote into?
Those, if there are only temporary files, well, those you should save them to your H drive. Okay, because when you use the VDI system, you'll have access to your H drive and they'll be there. And then if you wanted to move it from your H drive, to your desktop within VDI, you can do that. But I highly recommend saving any important files on your H drive.
So Christina, if you have files that are on the PC at Southfield, you want to make sure move
And
them to
then
the
I
H drive.
I just noticed another question from and you're using VPN, you don't have to use VDI.
What?
What's VPN?
There's
Yeah.
only 4 people who are using that right now, so everyone else is using remote access. So
Yeah.
I don't want to confuse folks.
Yeah, with the acronyms and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's that was a good question too. Yeah, so in other words, yeah, you don't have to use
Can I ask a
VDI.
question?
Go right ahead.
So if we're using the VPN, then we don't have to do the VDI. Is that what you were saying?
If you have an OCC laptop, if you have a distributed OCC laptop, you have to get connected to the college, you have to use VPN. If you have a personal laptop, your own laptop, you'll have to use VDI.
So right now, Connie, you're using VPN.
So I'm using, right,
Yeah.
I'm using VPN.
And
Okay.
you don't have to change right now. We've got it where they're allowing you to keep the laptop for now. I'm just hoping we can continue that. I haven't heard further direction from David, so for now we're okay to use the laptops.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Awesome,
we're
thanks.
everybody's so busy this time of the semester. We don't want to disrupt or create any issues or things like that. We'll wait till the dust settles here, right? And we'll see what happens later. I'll give you guys a call in October. No, I don't know when, but I'll let you know.
We have another question, David.
Sure.
It's
Dennis.
asked, Pierre Hall asks, are the installation link sheets available in Infomart or somewhere?
The installation for VDI or the
Yes.
Horizon, is it in Infomart? It is, and actually I have a link. If you'd like, I can share the link right now just to get that out of the way,
Yeah.
kind of.
Because we'll be sending
Alright.
those documents over as well. So you're not looking
Okay.
for them.
Yeah, it's actually in Team Dynamics, I should say. I know we the old Infomart, which is now I think SharePoint.
Yes.
Is there any way you could assist in helping us all download this at the same time?
No. Yes and no, I should say. The reason why I say that is of course you can download it for Windows 10 and you can download it for Mac. Okay. Windows 10 is pretty straightforward. You just go to the website, the most recent up-to-date version you download. On a Mac, okay, it depends on what operating system of the Mac you're using. The Mac that I have here is about 6 years old. So I had to download the software that was about 3 years old to work on it. The new software won't work on it. So, yeah, it's, I've had some people, they've had to download 3 different versions of the Mac software and they tried it and it finally worked, but it's not too many people if you have a laptop that's like 2 years old or newer, a Mac, the latest should be fine.
So where do we find it on the website to install it?
Well, within the documentation, it actually takes you right to the website to download it. And within there, you can select, if you want to change it to Mac, you can change it.
Okay.
And I could download the 2 main files and, I forgot how large it is. I think it's quite large. I don't think I can email it to you.
Can you send me the link so I can forward it to everybody? Just so they can just click the link and it'll start the process at home to download. Is that?
Okay, but the instructions, they need to follow it step by step, because if they haven't done Okta yet, they're dead in the water.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah. So, but I can send you the link if you like. But let me see if I can open it. Give me one moment here.
So active verification was instituted a couple months ago.
Mhm.
OKTA. Do you guys
Yes.
remember that?
Yeah, I did it, but I don't ever get a two-part verification. I haven't been getting
Okay.
that.
Is
I
that-
do it at another job, but not at OCC.
Is that when you're on campus? You don't get it when you're on campus?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know. I was working remotely before, the fall started, and I think I had already done it. I should be, if I'm at home and I log on to the OCC remote computer, I should get a two-part verification right now.
If you're at home, yes.
So
the
if I'm
thing
not, I may not have done the ACTA thing right, maybe.
Okay. The other thing is, and I was hoping to find this out before the meeting, from home, and I'm working from home. If you say, remember me, it should remember you. You don't have to do it. But just before the meeting, I rebooted and it came back up again. But it's not like, I'll show it to you in a second. But it's not as cumbersome as where you have to get the text message and all that. It just asks you to log in, and you'll see what I'm saying in a moment here. I'm trying to get that link for you.
David, let me ask you this. If any of our adjuncts are having a hard time doing any of these processes at home, can they just call the 2100 line and have the folks walk them through? Maybe like they can share the computer or have access to the computer and walk them through if they're having complications?
Yes, they could actually do a share where they can connect to their computer and
Okay.
help them walk through it.
Okay, good. That's what I do all the time.
There you go.
All well.
Hold on here. Okay, this is going to be for Windows. I'm going to put in the link here. This is actually the main page that it goes to download the software. And what I'll do is I'll actually share this out so you can see what I am looking at. All right.
Wow.
Trying to see how I can zoom in here. I can't zoom in. Okay. Let me. Okay. I increased the size a little bit, but so right now, this is the latest version. And it's all in chronological order. Oh, well, wait a minute. No, it's not. That looks different. Oh, that's that's for Linux. That's why. And so here's for Windows, right? And that's the one you're going to be using.
Unless you have a Mac, right?
Unless you have a Mac, and then where is it? Where is it?
Right.
Oh, there's right there, right in front of me.
Yeah.
Would have bit me. Yep. So it's right there. Yep. Okay. That was easy enough, I think.
Can you go back to that screen again? I'm so sorry.
Sure. I'm
I just want
sorry.
to make sure
If I'm going too fast, you let me know.
I just want to make sure I understood what you meant by the alpha order. So what you're saying,
Well-
if I'm using Windows, I need to go to 8.24.20. No, okay. Which one do I download for Windows?
The very first one here,
Okay,
right
got it.
here. And it says, can you see the screen?
Yep, go to
Okay.
downloads.
Yeah, go to downloads. If I click on it, I don't know if you'll see the next screen. Okay, do you see where it says download now?
Yes.
Okay,
You want
you hit- yep.
2106? Okay, got it.
okay, yep. Now, if I needed let me go back to Mac. Okay, so here's Mac. I'm going to go to Mac to the downloads. Okay, and if you needed an earlier version, here it is. Here are the earlier versions.
Why would anyone need an earlier version?
Well, I mentioned before about with Macs,
Yeah,
the newest version. If you have an older Mac, a real 5-6-year-old Mac, the newest version of the software may not work on it.
got it. Okay.
So
Yeah.
go to the next one if the newest doesn't work.
Yeah, go the next one down. Yes. Yep. I had to actually use 2006 for the Mac that I have in my office. Okay. So I can continue with the next step, I think. Here we go. Okay, let me reshare this screen. Okay. Can you see the screen now where it says VM Horizon Client?
Right.
Okay, in the directions, it'll tell you for this connection server here to enter this vdi.oaklandcc.edu. When you click on it.
Is that what you'll see when you download it? Is that what's going to come up then? That,
What's going to come up is an icon on your desktop, a green icon, and it's going to say VMware Horizon Client.
and then you click on that, and that's when you get that screen that we
Yeah,
just.
and then when this comes up. So then here, I just enter my ID into this part of it.
Are you?
And this
We can't
is,
see it now. You're
Oh.
not sharing your screen anymore.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Okay, you see
Yes.
the authentication?
Yes.
So this is what I meant about I'm from home. It's going to send me as you probably just heard. Now, I did mention before that a few times I didn't have to do this. And even though I said, remember, I still have to do it. So if I think it's a pretty common thing. If you are from home doing this, you'll have to do the 2-part authentication.
Wait, now you have to,
You went to your banking, financial institution.
but Okta just says you logged in Bloomfield Hills. Is that you? And I put, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, were
Yeah.
you? Yeah,
Answer, I think.
But I
Were
don't
you-
want to code it
okay. Were you on campus doing that or at home?
at home.
Okay, it's part of the security too. You should have got like I'm doing right here,
Yeah,
where you have to put it in.
Well, that's a,
Uh,
that's a
that's
password. I do have to put in my username and
name and
password.
password.
But no,
Okay,
Yeah.
no number.
no
code.
number. Okay,
yeah, yeah. When I'm at Roper, sometimes I'll get the code and sometimes I won't. Like sometimes it just like if it might automatically remember me.
okay. So I'm gonna continue with this. I'm gonna log figures, right?
And this
Okay.
is your normal password, right? That you use for.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Now this is all normal. What you see? Can you see that screen too that just popped up?
Yeah.
Where it says it's asking me for my username and password again.
It just says
No.
loading Horizon client. is what we
Okay,
see.
okay. So it is not showing that. One moment.
Dave, do you put in, always allow VDI Oakland OCC to open links of this type in the associated app? Do you click on that?
Yes.
Okay, and then
Always
open.
allow.
Okay, hang on here. Oh, I got to stop sharing. This is why I couldn't do it. Let me reshare
Oh.
this. It's like every time another window opens up, I have to share that screen.
Right.
Let's see, is this? No. Alrighty. Well, for some reason, it won't let me go to advanced, see if it'll let me to. Okay. It will not let me share the screen for some reason.
Okta says no.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to
Well-
say Simon says, right?
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll take a quick screenshot of this so you can see it, then I'll share the screenshot. Okay. Let's see if it's going to give me a hard time here. Let me see, share. There we go. Okay, you can see that now, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's just a little screenshot of what's presented to me where I have to log in. Okay, and basically, again, it's just your username and ID again. Okay, so I'm going to do that on this side, although you're not going to see it. And I probably will have to share the next screen that comes up because you may not see that. Oh, this is fun. Okay,
All these
here we go.
firewalls. My goodness.
Okay, now you see the next screen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, this is after I logged in. What you see, these little boxes here, these are actually called pools. Okay, and if whatever you're assigned to, you will receive these boxes. Okay, you most likely will only see OCC staff. Okay, if one of the counselors here were taking a CIS class, you would see the college-wide CIS. If you were taking in a digital photography class, you would also see this Adobe icon.
Oh, okay.
And this is kind of like what the students see. And this OCC student box is what all OCC students have access to remotely from home.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm of course OCC staff, and this is what I'm gonna go into. And I just double click on it. And I don't know if you can see that because of the screen sharing.
We see other
Yeah.
user,
Blue.
please wait for the user
Yes.
profile, something.
Great. Okay, yep. And this is like you're logging into the virtual machine now.
Oh, it worked for me, Dave, by the way.
Oh, awesome. That's what I want to hear. Awesome. You're so cool.
So it only does all this part the first time, right? Or does it do
Yeah.
this every time?
Well, which part? This part I just logged in?
Yeah,
You have to do that every time.
okay, you're asked to load and do all that every time.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yeah.
you don't have to upload it all the time.
No, you don't have to the installation is a one-time only installation.
This
The
is
login is every time.
every time, and this is the login you're doing right now.
Yeah, yeah. Can you see my screen where it's blue?
It's just
Yeah.
blue. We don't see any
All
icons.
blur.
Oh, hang on. I see what's going on. Here we go. How about now?
Blue,
We see
yeah,
it now.
Yes,
You see the icons?
Yeah.
Okay, all righty. All right. So this is my desktop, and I'm wondering I should probably shrink it.
Yeah, make it smaller so we can see the rest. of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me stop sharing and reshare. Okay, how's that?
Yeah, better.
Can you see the whole thing now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. So here's my desktop. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. The flash drives. I was talking about if you need access to the flash drive in your computer that's in front of you at home, you can just connect here and you just here automatically connect when inserted.
Oh,
So I'm going to
Wait.
just check that. It's checked right now. See, I just checked it.
Wait, what did you check?
I went to the USB or
connect.
connect to USB device, and I
Okay.
checked this one. Okay. And
Which-
I would not do the startup one. I just would do the connect when insert it. And I'm going to actually put a flash drive in here. And I don't know if you heard that little chime, maybe just on my end. Then I'm going to go to my computer and let's see. There it is. Okay. And this is my flash drive right here. This F, I don't know if you saw that.
Yep.
The F drive, that's my flash drive. Okay.
Can I stop for a second?
Yes, yes.
Just to let them know. I did find out today that Carol, you know how I asked her to order the flash drives, so they did come in. I'm gonna pick them up on Monday. I'm gonna add in the all the forms that we use and on those flash drives, and I'll mail them to you. So just so you'll know what I'm gonna do. Hopefully by next week, you'll have those physical flash drives. But
You
at the
wanna-
same time, what I've also done is updated our iDrive to make sure all of us have access to the iDrive. I just put that order in today, and I can show you how to find your iDrive, because the same information that will be on the flash drive will be on your iDrive as well.
How is that different from like the H drive?
The iDrive is a shared drive for Royal Oak and Southfield,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's not your personal H drive. It's just any documents that I can put on, you'll have access to right away. If I can get anyone to use that iDrive, I think it would make a world of difference for anyone who's using it. Just it'll be easier access instead of emailing you a bunch of forms that you'll have to dig up in your email.
Yeah.
How do you get to the iDrive? How do you get to the iDrive?
Okay, well, I can share that another time. I don't want to.
It would show up here though, right? On this page?
Yes.
Okay. And it would
Well,
say iDrive, yeah.
Yeah, it should. But Noreen, if you have any issues, let me know.
Okay, to map it, to see if we have to
Yeah,
map
to
it.
map it, I don't, because within VDI, we could share out printers, share out network drives, things of that nature. And it's pretty simple, but I've had a couple issues thus far. If you look on my screen here, you'll see this ROWRK space
Mhm.
Yeah.
right here. Well, I'm supposed to have a Southfield one too. I don't.
Oh,
So I'm like, why don't I have my Southfield one? So that was as of yesterday, which I haven't circled back to it yet to see what's going on.
Is
But,
it, is
go
the
ahead.
P drive a shared drive too? But that's maybe just where I look.
It's not actually, it's a share drive, but only to certain people.
Okay, because I think
Okay.
that.
the Royal Oak
Yeah.
Southfield Counseling iDrive is only for counselors at Royal Oak and Southfield. And I'm gonna go through the process of cleaning a bunch of material out, because that really was used for our SSSs. But all of us had access to it. I just, very little activity from us, more activity from SSSs. But again, I'm gonna try to clean that up. And so anyone can find a form, anything that they want will be in the iDrive.
Okay. Do you want to just put those flash drives in our mailboxes?
Oh, yeah, for those who are coming to campus, absolutely.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. All right. And then, so that's the flash drive. The other thing up here for the devices, the Connect USB devices,
Mhm.
you'll see there's headphones on here as well. If you need to connect, I have my headphones, but it already knows I'm connected through my computer sitting in front of me. Depending on your headphones, you might have to click that, but it's fine. It should be fine. The other thing is the printer. This is my home printer. This Canon, I hope you all can see it, the Canon MF74. So if I wanted to print something from the virtual machine within OCC to my printer in my home office, I can do that.
Wow.
How do you get that on there?
Well, if you have your home printer connected to your computer, you should see it within here.
Okay,
It should
It's
automatically
automatic.
appear.
it should
And-
see. Mhm.
Yeah, then you just click on it, and I just clicked on it, and if I go back to it, you'll see a check mark.
Would we be able to do that from the desktop at work too?
To print at your home,
Yeah.
there's ways to do that, but not within VDI.
Okay.
Because
But we could be
This is-
home and print to a
your
printer at OCC.
well, yeah, you can do that too, or like I said, you can print to the printer that's within your office. But if you print to the printer at OCC, just got to make sure that somebody picks it up, I guess. It
Yeah.
depends on what it is you want to print.
Okay.
Yeah. Noreen also wanted to show you a couple of bookmarks. Okay. Within Google Chrome. And on campus, when you're on campus in an office using a regular computer and you go to the manage bookmarks, and I hope you can see Google Chrome on here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Right now, I just clicked on it and I have colleague and inside OCC. on campus at Royal Oak Southfield, you should also see in this manage bookmarks, perceptive content. And what's the other one?
Sorry.
Colleague,
Image-
you've got colleague
image-
there?
Yeah, image now should be in here as well. Okay, but if you wanted to add bookmarks in the in your bookmark bar, you can do that. And I can actually show you how. If does everybody know how to do that, or want me just run
No.
through it
Can
really
you
quick?
show us,
Oh,
David, please?
Sure.
Like,
I can
That'd
send
be great.
you the link of what I sent to them today. There's a few things that we were gonna add, so let me see if I could,
Okay.
hold on a
Like
second.
stars and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Oh,
So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the website, wherever it may be. And like perceptive content, I already have it, but I just copied it in there. There it is. And then to bookmark this, I just go up to the three dots here to the right, and then select bookmarks. And then I want to bookmark this tab. And it's going to ask me where I wanted to add it. Do I want it added on the bar, or do I want it added into a subfolder somewhere? But if this is something that you use on a regular basis, I would keep it right on the bookmark bar here. And I'll just have to hit done, and there it is.
Can't you just click on the star?
Yeah, you can do that too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
Yeah.
actually 3 ways you can do it if you want, but yep, you can add it. And then the other one is, what was
do
it,
a link to
SARS?
some of the URLs or the addresses that we're gonna often use.
Okay.
Which is
So they're
SAR.
really not gonna go away once we put them in this time, right?
No, you see Lawrence Technology here?
Mhm.
I'll just click on it. I threw that in there like last week, just to put it in there. And then I also, I placed it on my desktop here. If you see, I don't know if I can.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, right there. So I placed it on my desktop as well. So if you want to, like if you go to, let's say, Perceptive, and say you wanted this on your desktop instead,
Mhm.
you just click on it and drag it over, drop it on your desktop. There it is.
Did you left click or right click?
I did a left click.
Okay,
Thank you. Yep. So if I close this out, double click on Perceptive, boom. I'm back in business.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the other one I think is SARS, which is right there. And the same type of deal if you want, either way. And there it is.
So what do you do for the SARS? Do you just type in, when you do an ad in the Google search, you just type in SARS anywhere?
I just put this whole link in it, and I could put this in the
Okay.
chat too.
now I sent you guys all links to the
Okay.
SARS, the colleague, the perceptive content.
Okay, there you
So
go.
I sent those to you earlier today.
Will Mitel be on there?
You could, it won't be automatically. You can see I added it to the desktop here,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but if you just go to your folders here and just go down to Mitel, it's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can right click on, left click. No, wait a minute. Okay.
Mine was automatically there.
Okay. But that's on your, in VDI or?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
didn't do anything special
Your
to put that
desktop.
there.
okay,
And so-
great. Okay, good. Okay, because on mine here, it wasn't. And again,
Oh.
I'm doing a lot of different testing, and I don't know if I'm messing something up, but you can pin this to the start bar if you want to. Okay,
Do
where
that
did it go?
again. I keep forgetting how to do that.
Yeah, actually, why didn't do it? Hang on one second. Oh, unpin more. Okay, so yeah, I clicked on it. Well, okay, I clicked on it wrong. I'm gonna start Mitel now. Hang on, I just get out of that.
Is
Let me try that
everyone
one.
using Mitel or ShoreTel app?
Well, the computer I was on the other day, it just said ShoreTel, so I thought, oh, I don't have Mitel, so I called IT and we had to go through ShoreTel.
Should be Mitel.
I
Yeah,
know.
mine has gone back and forth. It started out ShoreTel and now it's called Mitel.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine still says on my the computer I was using, it still says ShoreTel.
Yeah, I think it'll still work. It'll still
Okay.
work.
Okay.
So yeah, so I right clicked on the Mitel link and I just went to more, and then I went pin to taskbar and I left click on it. And if you notice, it's now on a taskbar right here
Where?
Oh,
at the
okay.
bottom of
Yeah.
the screen, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want it there. I mean, you can put it, you know, you can put it on your desktop if you want as well.
Yeah, like all of a sudden I don't have the Outlook email anymore and I have to find it so I can go
Yeah.
do it this way, right? Okay.
Yep.
Why-
So
Does it periodically want to know the browser on Mitel when you log in?
say I missed part of that. Sorry.
Sometimes when I logging into Mitel, it's requires that you put in what is your browser. And so you have to type in mitel.oaklandcc.edu.
Really? I just ignore it.
Oh, you can't, I mean, you don't go anywhere.
Well, then I must not have the same thing.
No.
Let me check on that because that's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's happened on campus and it's happened at home.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I go through that when they're updating something with ShoreTel, and it doesn't happen all the time, where I
No,
just have to
you're right.
re-enter all that.
Doesn't happen all the time. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So here's Outlook, and I'm doing the same type of deal. I could pin it to the taskbar, which I actually prefer you know, down here because I usually generally clutter up my desktop.
Yeah, no,
So
I do
here,
too.
yeah, so it's nice and clean. So it's right there.
Yeah,
And I just clicked on it to see it starting for you.
okay.
So you're going to the
There
Outlook,
anyway.
you're left clicking, and then you're pinning it, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay, okay. I'm learning too, David.
Okay. I could go through that again.
So yeah, let's do that again. So it's
Well,
right
It's,
and then
yeah.
more. Yeah.
yeah. I know I'm going really fast here. I'm just trying to get back to it here. Where am I? Office. Okay. Yeah, right click.
Right.
It pops up. You go to more, it
More.
expands. And then it would say pin the taskbar because I've already
Okay.
done it. It says unpin. And then
Oh,
you
okay.
left click it.
Then you left click. Okay.
Yep. So, yep. Right click, go over, left click.
Okay. That's when I usually call 2100.
Yeah.
What
I would be glad to help you out.
They're wonderful.
You have them on speed dial.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, that's better.
Let's see what else. Of course, when you're done, you just want to go ahead and sign out,
Mhm.
or you can shut it down either way. If you just sign out, the next time you go back in, it'll be ready for you faster.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. It's not like the other way where if you have to only disconnect or you'll mess everything up.
No, this should be fine. You can restart, shut down, disconnect, log off, either one.
Okay.
You know, or you can go here up to options and go disconnect, log off.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Mhm.
I have a question about Adobe Reader when it's appropriate.
Okay.
Should I ask it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so when I'm on campus and I'm trying to download something as a PDF, sometimes it says you're already on 2 computers. You can't get on a third. You got to get off one. I mean, is this going to go away, that type of issue with this?
It's a licensing issue, David.
No,
That's what she's
no,
asking
no.
about.
Yes. No, it's going to be the same. You're entitled to run it on 2 computers at the same time. So all you would have to do is you have to go in and disconnect from one
Yeah.
of them.
Yep,
Yep.
so you have to know the one you're on, right? You need to know that to know to
Yeah.
get off of it. I mean, you need to know the one you're on and you need to know the one you have to get off.
Well, generally, if you go in and there's 2 sitting in front of you,
There's 3. There's-
Okay, well, you're
two-
trying to use one and two's already used. So you can click on either one
Either
to
one?
disconnect it. Yep, yes.
Okay, all right, okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Mhm. Let's see. Noreen, anything else you can think of?
Um,
Any more questions? Maybe?
I don't see other questions in the chat. Folks, do you guys have anyone who hasn't shared anything? Anyone has questions that hasn't been answered, please?
I asked,
I have one quick one. I'm going to be working tomorrow. Can if this is ready to go, I could go ahead and,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yep. You have the download or all the information and I guess you have a PC or Mac.
Well, I'll be at the office tomorrow, but I can bring my desktop. It's a PC. I'll bring that in too.
Well, this what I'm showing you is from doing it from home.
Right. Yeah, I'll just bring this in with me and that way I can get it all done at once. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, the best way to do is download it when you're at home to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All right, all right. But when I'm at home, when I'm at work, it'll be on there. You know, I'm.
Well, when you're at work, you're going to be physically in front of a computer. So
Right.
you will not have to use VDI.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you
The
saying, Patty, are
Go
you
ahead.
saying you have a laptop, your personal laptop that you're gonna bring to work and try to
Oh, I just
download?
thought if I needed help downloading stuff, I could bring it in that way. But I don't have to. Are we gonna have access to the iDrive and all that stuff on the desktop at work then?
You should have access to it now. I'm just, I sent a request, almost like a refresh, because I know some of you have access, some of you don't. And I think like Christina Dedrukai or Christina Eubanks, Jill may not have access. So I sent the request in just to make sure who does and doesn't. But for those who've been here for a while, should have access to the iDrive.
And if there is an issue with accessing, we can walk you through it on how to map the iDrive.
Right.
And you only have to do that once, as long as you select reconnect upon logon. So there's different ways, usually you should automatically have it, if all the stars are not lined up, there's another way to do it. But like you were mentioning about bringing your PC in and having, and we're not actually authorized to touch personal equipment. I mean, we can help you. We'd be glad to help you. We can remote into your computer if you want. We do things like that if you need assistance. And by all means, call the IT support center. They usually have anywhere from 2 to 3 people on the phones, and they can definitely help you. And I just see Kathy there, and she could probably contest that it wasn't too bad. Would you agree,
No.
Kathy? Okay.
Right. Except
Yeah.
for I don't do the iDriver H drive on this.
You don't have the H drive?
No, I have to figure out how to put it on, but I'll figure
No,
it
it
out.
should be
Can we
there.
do that now, just so she can, are you in VDI right now, Kathy?
Yeah.
Okay, can we, because
you share
Dave
your
did that with
screen?
me when we were Zooming one day, and I think that will help others so they can see how to access their H drive, if that's okay, Kathy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna make you a co-host.
Oh,
And is that okay, David? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. So you have sharing privileges, Kathy. So if you want to share start from your desktop.
oh, I'm not in Zoom. Wait a second. I'm on my phone.
Oh, she's on her phone.
well,
Okay, well,
can-
let me do something there. Give me a second.
I can.
You don't see where it says like your ID, where
Uh,
it says where it doesn't have like your ID, and then it says occnt.ad/OCC shares. Here, I'll show you on mine.
So, Dave, I just got a text from one of our adjuncts. If it says you can't access VDI because you are not assigned this app in OKTA, what does she have to do?
She has, it sounds like she didn't do the first process, the
OKTA verification?
OKTA verification. You have to enroll in that first. Okay, Kathy, do you see on my screen of my
Yeah.
shared drive, of my drives?
Yeah.
You see where it says DA Kaufman? Do you have your ID anywhere for network drives?
Well, I logged onto my PC now, but I didn't log in remotely. Does that make a difference?
Did you log into the VDI?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, and you went to my this PC, and then within
wait.
PC you don't see like the C drive, a D drive.
This. Mm. Oh no, I don't. I'm not seeing that. I don't get that. Oh, wait a second. This PC.
Can you show your phone? Like, can you like show your phone? Like,
Is it under settings?
Do you have where it says this PC, right?
Oh, hold on. I'm looking here.
Is it on your desktop? This PC?
Is it? Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Should I go to settings at all?
No, it should look, if you're looking at my screen, it should look just like this here. I'll close it, and
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't
have
want-
this PC. You don't have this PC on it.
I probably do, but I don't know where I'm at. So I don't want to hold anybody up.
Okay, well, we could talk after, or, you know.
Oh
we
yeah,
get
I
an
see it.
email.
This yes, I got
Yeah,
it. This
double click on this PC. Yep.
Okay, yep.
And then you see a C drive where it says local drive disk
Yes.
C.
Uh-huh.
And then right below it, do you see your name?
Yep. Mhm.
That's the H drive.
Oh, okay. So what do I do? How,
Double
do I
click on it.
double click? Okay.
Do you see
And-
files?
Yeah.
Cool, that's
Now,
it. That's your
Can
H
I,
drive.
well, can I put this into a favorites on the VDI on my thing?
I thought you
or-
were in VDI.
I am, but I just wondered if I have like loading it as a bookmark. I can just see this PC and find it. Okay.
You can pin it for quick access,
Okay.
which I've never done. I'm trying to do it myself right now. Let's see. And then I
This-
could put it on the desktop. Let's see.
there you were.
Yeah, we're playing. Let's see. Look at that. There it goes.
Oh, okay. So what did you do?
Ask- I don't know.
I think you right clicked and.
Okay,
moved
I right clicked, and
it,
then I
created a
went,
shortcut.
I went pin to
Wait.
start.
Wait, you right clicked.
Yeah, right click,
Yep. And then
then
what?
pin to start.
Pin to quick access.
Oh, yes, pin to quick access.
Okay.
Okay, and then to the left, you'll see, or actually, you can probably just drag this.
Right,
Yeah,
I think that's
you
what
you
did.
could have, yeah, you could have
Yeah.
just
Drag it.
left click and hold on
Oh.
the H drive, drag it down to your desktop,
Okay.
and
I
then
got
let go of the mouse, and it puts it there for you.
great. Thank you. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, the important thing to remember too, I mentioned about, saving your important files to the H drive. This system is backed up in 2 different geographic locations. Okay, although both in Oakland County, not like in New York and in California, but the important thing to remember, things do happen, and it's highly recommended to save the files to your H drive.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
So this iDrive thing that you're talking about, Noreen, how do you get that on here?
Do you see any other drive letters below your H drive that you had on there?
There's a P, a U, a Y, and a Z.
Okay, obviously she doesn't have the iDrive.
If she would go to network, couldn't she map it that way?
Yeah, you could, and I don't remember what the path is offhand.
I can tell her. Let me write it
okay.
in. Let me write
Okay.
it into everybody. It is ROSF I think in parentheses, I drive. I think that's it.
So how do I get to where you just did that? This PC, and then what do I do?
Go to, I think it's go to network, right, David?
Yeah, well, you could, if you have, let me look where you put, did you put that in the comments or no?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a direct message to Noreen. Let me try that again.
Okay,
Map network drive, is that what you said?
yeah, you can right click
Or
and say map network drive. If you see my, oh, I'm not sharing my screen now, sorry.
and then map network drive, click on that.
Yes,
And then, oh, okay, so then the drive is,
yes,
Oh, I see. Okay, and then the folder is where?
ROSFCNS.
Yes.
okay. Actually, you have to put, let me increase my screen.
You have to put more. Not technical stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to stop sharing my screen for a second. Yeah, see, you have RO, yeah, it should be, give me 1 second. Let me look it up here.
You're saying, oh, you're saying, well, you shouldn't, well, I
Okay,
still don't see the difference.
what you need to do, if you already have that up still, Kathy?
Yeah.
Yep, what you want to do is, where it says folder, okay, type backslash, let me share my screen so you can see what I'm doing too. Okay, backslash special, you want to do OCCNT.AD.
Oh,
Okay, why ain't this typing? Okay, OCCNT.AD.
Mhm.
And I already have the iDrive. Okay, and then backslash again.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then OCC shares like that.
Okay.
And then say reconnect at sign on or sign in.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Okay, and then the next, I'm just gonna change mine to a different letter just to make sure it works on this end too. And then hit finish,
Okay.
and it should,
Oh, okay. And then I can click and drag this too?
yes, you could. You could, the main up here, up on top, if you want to drag that to your desktop, you can.
Where it says, oh, okay. All right. I
Yeah,
think got it.
there's a couple different ways you can do it, but
Kathy, are you,
Noreen, are this the files that looks familiar?
Yeah, I got it.
do you have iDrive? Because what I only see T drive. I don't see.
Yeah, let me
I
get
found
back. Yeah,
Did you see the iDrive, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll see a CNF PDF forms 2021. That's what I've been putting in there since
Okay.
let me think about it, since August. I've been trying, and then other folders that are in there, I'm still cleaning that folder up.
So you said it's CNS?
ROSFCNS
Oh, okay.
iDrive.
Okay. Got it.
And then the folder is the CNS PDF 2021 or something like that, forms.
Okay. All right. Good.
yeah,
So
Kathy.
I can click and drag this too, can't
Yeah,
I? Or no?
Yeah, Kathy, you may have to, I may have given you the wrong information. You can see it, but I can give you the correct path to get to it is easier. And let me see, ROSFCNS, okay. Let me just make sure it works on my side. Oh, shoot, hang on.
David, can you show us how you map that iDrive real quick, please?
Yeah, I actually gave, because I have different permissions, I can see more.
Okay.
And let me just make sure this works. Yes, it works. Okay. I'm going to put in the window what you should put in where it says the folder, the path.
Okay.
Ah, shoot. Why does it do that? Oh, it totally made it different. I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay, I'll type it in.
Again, I'm gonna, just as a backup, I'm creating flash drives for everybody. So the folder that you see, you'll have in that physical flash drive.
Okay. Okay, I just put it in the chat window.
Next.
Okay, and I am going to share my screen again, and this is what I believe it should look like. What I was showing you because I have more privileges. You were seeing a lot of people's files.
That's right.
You can't get access to it. You know, but you don't want to look at, you know, because Kathy was trying to find what the file that you were trying to send her to.
Yeah.
And of course she had so much. So this is what this belongs to Royal Oak and Southfield.
Right. So it's just so you're aware, colleagues, there's still some old stuff in here. Like you'll see things from 2014. I didn't touch those because I'm thinking maybe we'll use some things, but if you see the CNF PDF forms 2021 is the third one down. If you click on it, it's all the forms we use. I even added stuff that I've sent over email, Canadian list of schools for BA exemption. I mean, the stuff doesn't come up often, but it'll come up and you're like, where was that again? So a whole bunch of forms that we use, and any of the updated brochures for 2021 are in here. I tried to rename some things that would be intuitive for us, like a data change form, as opposed to what it really is called, which we don't even go by. So that's what you'll see.
Okay. Is there a way I can click and drag that to be its own icon on my desktop or no?
Yes, you could a couple different ways, and it's the iDrive, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see, where's the iDrive? Right here. Here's the iDrive. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, hold,
Okay.
drag it, and it's going to make you see how it says create link in desktop,
Mm-hmm.
and there it is. So now if I go ahead and close it and double click on it, there we are. Oh, no,
Okay.
this went back to the one I had before. Okay, let me try that again. Oh, here it is. I actually made it the X drive for me. Okay, so I'm dragging it. That's what I was like, well, that looks totally different. Okay, so let's pretend this is an I on the X. Okay, I'm going to double click on it, and we're back to the files. That's just for Royal Oak Southfield.
Okay, but I can't click and drag to make this be the Royal Oak Southfield counselor thing on my desktop, can I?
Yes. On your virtual machine? Yes, I just did it in mine.
Oh, okay. I just did it too. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, 168 items. Okay. Great. Thanks.
Okay. Anything else I can, feel free to email me, if you guys do have a technical problem, give the help desk a call. They can help you probably quicker, faster while you're right there. And remember, they are open at 9 o'clock, Monday through Thursdays, and on Saturdays until 2, I think.
Okay. David, can you send me the link of how to, the instructions of how to download and the link to download, so I can send it on to everyone. And then I think one of the things I'm going to have to do is send them an email to make sure that they have that Oak Active verification done first before they attempt to download the VDI, right?
Yeah, the instructions, the first thing I provided, which is, let's see here, at 423.
Oh, it's in the chat. Okay, let me see if I can
Yeah, that's in
copy
the
and paste
chat.
it to an email.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the whole documentation, and they just follow it step by step.
Okay, let me copy. Let me see if I can copy it. Copy. Okay, I think I can do that.
Yeah, and you could, there is a PDF if you want to send them a PDF instead.
I'd like to do both, just because
Okay.
I'm trying to think of different people's levels of, I don't know what they prefer. So download VDI.
Yeah, because within the document, it has step 2 after the Okta verification app. After you do that, step 2, it says download the latest VM. You click right there, and it takes you right to this right here.
Would
It's
this,
underlined. If I click on it, it'll take me right to it.
okay, would this link allow them to do the Okta verification first? Are you saying
There
that's
is, yeah, there is a link right above it. You'll see where it says here. It says Okta. Let me see. Let me stop sharing my screen. Where is it? There it is. Reshare. Okay, it is step number 1, and it's in green, and it says here.
Mhm.
You just click on it, and then it takes you through the process. And there's also a PDF too, if you wish to have that, then print it out, have it next to you, I guess.
okay?
And where was that? Where did you find that on the website?
The link,
That whole thing, yeah.
Noreen has it. It's in the chat as well. It's
Yeah,
at
I'm gonna
the-
email it to everybody.
Yeah, she's gonna email it, but it's at the 4:23 PM mark.
So you don't get to it by going to oaklandcc.edu and searching. It would be something that you'd have to be logged in for, right?
You have to have access to it. You have to put your ID and password in it. But again, it's in the PDF form. Let's see here. Let me see. One second.
Pat, I'm not sure if I answered your question before, but you asked about loading it. So this would be loaded on the home computer, not on the computer at work. That's
So
correct.
the computers at work are automatically going to have this, whatever, so the iDrive, all these other things will be on whatever computer we're on at work, is that?
Yes, the iDrive, you should be able to, access it from any computer.
But VDI, you don't have to use it
Use it.
on campus.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't, I was trying to see if I can copy the PDF to the chat, and I guess it won't let me do that. But Noreen, I guess if you wanted to download it and just email it that way as well, you said you were gonna do it both
Yeah.
ways, so you have it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go. Yeah.
Okay.
But everything's contained in that one document.
All
Just
right.
call Kathy Hendricks.
Yeah, right.
See what you get for trying to, learn all this stuff early, Kathy.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Oh,
No, actually, yeah, thank you, Kathy. I
Oh,
appreciate it. Because when you said that, I said, yes, please check it. Cool. Okay.
Um,
Anything else?
Anything else, colleagues, before David leaves us? I certainly, when in doubt, call the 341-2100. They will walk you through. Even the mapping of the iDrive, they will walk you through. I will also send you the mapping of the iDrive as well, so you'll have that. Anything else?
Belafonte would say it's as clear as mud, but it covers the ground. Right?
There you go.
Let's see here. Hang on one second. I'm putting in the chat how to map a network drive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
do
that's
have
that's the steps on how to map a drive. And all you need to know is the what I put in there, the OCCNT. It's right above it. Yeah, the OCCNT.AD OCC shares ROSFSNS or CNS.
I have one quick one. I have a Mac. If you put in the latest version and it doesn't work, will it say this isn't working, or what will it tell me so I know I have to go to the next one?
It'll tell you. It'll actually tell you. That's what it did on mine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have an iMac or a Mac notebook?
I have a desk iMac.
Oh, a flat. Okay, that's what I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, if no one else has any questions, I think David probably wants to have dinner
Okay. Yes.
or
Okay.
a drink. I don't know, whatever
Yeah.
comes first.
I got you. But thank you for this opportunity. I
Thank you,
appreciate
David.
it. I
Thank
really
you.
do. Okay. Alrighty. Well,
Appreciate your patience, David. I
He
really
told
do.
me it was gonna only take 10 minutes.
I said 15. All right. Everybody have a good evening now.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Irene. Thanks, everyone. I'm gonna
Thank
leave
you.
as well.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Bye.
All right, colleagues, before we leave, I know we have an agenda item of mandatory counseling. So Doreen, floor is yours, or the Zoom room, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I am so glad we have just the people we have on this now. Didn't want to bring that up with Bev there.
Got it.
Okay, so some days, and I'm sure other people have the same issue, I have 3, 4, 5, or 6 mandatory counselings. But sometimes when I see on their XSCL that it says mandatory counseling, I assume that there's something I can read about this student to know what's been discussed. I can tell that they put the code in. No one, not no one, but some people never timestamp it, so you don't know who did it, and there's no notes. And I just think then you have to start over with the student. And this has just been really, I don't know, the last week has been hard just with the nature of students being so late, but wow, I help me here.
I think I found the same thing.
Are you talking about SARS notes or?
SARS notes. I mean, if, people do various things as part of their mandatory counseling session with students. And we can't always have benefit of those, but we can have benefit of SARS notes. And when there's no notes, it just says mandatory counseling's been done. You don't know by whom, and there's no notes. It's like for those, beginning students, you're starting all over and doing mandatory counseling again. I don't know if anybody else has had the same issue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So
And my concern is that, with mandatory counseling, are we all telling them the same kinds of things? I mean, that they really need to know about coming to college, like what credits are. They're all used to a half a credit. That's what their classes were worth in high school. And they don't understand what credits are and what credits tells them, like how many hours a week they actually sit in class and how much work is involved for every class. To me, that is important on my part, maybe because I'm a former high school counselor, but I always want to make sure they understand what they're getting themselves into with the mandatory counseling. So that's where I'm going at when I do mandatory counseling.
I take them at the level that they're at. It all depends on what they know. I think the tough part is maybe in a previous session, they went through so much with their previous counselor that they may not have learned or kept in their brain what the counselor told them. So it's almost like starting a new session because they needed to know what they needed to know at the time, but they didn't keep it in their head, and now they're ready to learn more, you know? So I think some of us maybe give them more than they need at the time. And I know I'm bad at that because I feel like I just want to give them everything. But the problem is they're not retaining it all. And so the subsequent counselor would have to tell them the next other stuff that I may have already talked about, but.
Well, bottom line, there's a lot of full-time people that aren't putting notes in.
Yeah.
It is helpful when people
You
do
know,
put notes
we're,
in.
we're all trying to do the job and help each other because we see somebody else's student, you know, that they've seen before. I think everybody's got to do the job in whatever way they see makes sense.
Yeah. I'd like to say, whenever I see a student, I always read the SARS notes. It's always really, really helpful to read other people's notes on a student.
So that was my concern. It just has come up more
Yeah.
than a couple times.
Pat writes in the issues that notes need to be done in SARS that are meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you know, there's students that do counsel shopping and everything else to, you know, try to talk somebody into doing something. If you see someone's already worked with that student and given them good advice, and then they're trying to get maybe a different opinion, it's really helpful that we're all on the same page too.
That's true.
I think you wanted to say something. Yes, no?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say that it's hard to assume that someone else didn't do something, but a lot of times, even when there are notes from other people, I mean, my notes are very brief. They're very succinct because sometimes it might take 15 minutes to get that student on the phone, and then you have 15 minutes to talk to them before you talk to the next student.
Mhm.
So I usually write very succinct notes.
Yeah.
But some people, I mean, even students, as far as I think being in the pandemic, I think it's a little different because my last week and the week before that, I had parents just take over the counseling session, period. And the student wasn't asking any questions. And so that felt weird because you're not in an office setting and you can't really see who's in the room, but you're still trying to answer all the questions.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Christina just put a note in and I agree. I think we do a pretty good job of doing notes ourselves, but it's been interesting talking with students from other campuses since it's on the phone. Yeah, normally we don't get a lot of students that are Highland Lakes or, you know, whatever campus.
Yeah, it's true.
We have that lately.
True, I've been getting them from every campus.
So the question might be, do other campuses treat this totally differently? And maybe the expectation is we shouldn't have that expectation. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out, you know, throwing it out because I think it just wastes a lot of time. You know, it takes 2 appointments to do what we could have done in 1 if you knew what was going on the first time.
You know, sometimes I have a little debrief with the student just to understand what they talked about before. It helps me understand what they know, you know, what they did pick up from the previous counselor. So I can know where to start from, you know.
Well, I agree with you. So when there are no notes, that's what you have to do.
Right.
You have to depend on the student to tell you.
Oh, Noreen, what's with this implicit bias training that we have to go through?
It's something through the state of Michigan that they are requiring it for our licensing for continuing our licensure LPCs and stuff. So that's coming down from the state. And I think we're going to try to set up an organization to come in and train us to look to that for emails in the future in regards to training.
Did we get emails on that, Gail?
Yes, and there was one that's for the 25th of September. So we shouldn't sign up for that. We should wait for something to come through OCC. John sent us a link or something that had a session on the 25th and $50 to join, to go into the session. So we don't have to do that right away. We can just wait for OCC.
Hold up, because Mary Thomas was gonna look into that. She's
Okay.
our discipline chair this year, and she was gonna see about having all of us trained. Whether it's gonna be that day or a different day, we'll find out. So yeah, hold
Okay.
off on that, unless you wanna pay the $50 and.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it directly from the Michigan Mental Health
Yeah.
Counselors Association.
Oaxaca.
Are you a member there, Connie?
I'm a member of so much stuff I don't remember.
I used to be a member then. Well, this is sort of like when we had to do the human trafficking training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noreen, do you know when that's going to be implemented? As far as you have to have the training,
Oh,
students, people that are renewing by this time.
I don't think I got that information from the state of Michigan.
Do you guys remember, we had to do this training and we got a certificate, but we never did anything with it and nobody ever checked it.
Right.
That's to me, I just
They
found it
don't
the other day, I was
have-
going through papers.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have people at the state to monitor that. They just say you got to do it and they expect you to do it, but they're not going to check.
Yeah, I don't know if they
that
registered,
effect have been revised, which will require implicit bias training for your profession effective June 2022. But I'm not sure whether they've updated that before. Let me forward this email that we received back in June 1st, 2021.
okay.
Give me one. Oh, I can't because I'm recording. Okay, let me write this down. As soon as I'm done with this email, this resume, I'll send it over. 2021.
It says you can't Pat Higgins, I think it said you cannot renew your license unless you do training.
Right.
But then your license may not be up. Mine won't be up for another 2 years.
Yeah, my LPC is up next year, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah. But I don't know how they knew. Honestly, when we did the human trafficking training, unless the organization that did the training turned our names into the state. But they gave us a certificate and said, hang on to this in case anybody wants to look at it. And then that was the last of that. So I don't know.
Well, let's get trained before they, tell us we can't work, right?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Noreen,
It's
Find out-
$100 to join this organization.
What was that?
what's that?
It's $100 to join this Michigan Mental Health Counselors Association.
Oh, gee.
But the training's $50, right?
Yeah.
If you're a member,
If
is
you're a
what I
member.
read.
Oh, if you're a member.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like we used to all be in the Michigan School Counselor Association and let that lapse.
Maybe some schools will do it as well, because
Yeah.
it will affect schools too.
Well,
Right.
when we did the human trafficking training, there were physical therapists there. There were all kinds of people that are licensed.
What was that? How much do we pay for that?
We did. The college paid for it.
Remember, there were a group of us who all did the training together.
Yeah.
But
Well, then we'll wait for OCC.
Exactly. Just wait until we get it
Yeah.
together.
yeah, that makes sense. I think it was helpful to all be together anyway,
Yeah.
in training.
Okay. Any other topics that would be short and sweet, because we just have 30 minutes and maybe less because people want to eat or drink.
Or-
I think you have to be a member, to take. Yes, I think you do have to be a member to take the training on September 25th, Pat.
Oh, from Oaxaca. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I see that
I was-
email now.
Yeah, I was a member years ago, but it's just not relevant anymore. So I just haven't rejoined in a long time. But you're right. They presented one last time too, but we did it through a different organization. We didn't do it through Mahaka.
Okay, I'll find out more and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right, Pat Higgins says Gail wants to eat. She's playing.
Oh, yeah, it's getting near Gail's dinner time and it will happen at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You can
Very
set your
soon,
watch
very-
by it. Set your watch.
Like the witching hour or something? I mean, is that what happens?
Yep.
Gail doesn't
Sonny's
eat?
got the food on the
Oh,
grill,
my.
so I'm watching the time here.
Oh,
When I work,
She has her husband well trained here.
I work on Tuesdays, I'm next door to Kathy and she sets her phone for each appointment time. So when I hear the alarm, I think I need to get up. I do this like, 6 times during the day, 8 times and it works. Keeps
That's a
me
good
right on the
idea.
half hour.
I would miss the other appointments. So
So cute.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know.
Noreen, did you want to say something? Because it looks like you were trying to say something and nobody let you. No? Okay, every once in a while I see the yellow box go around Noreen.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hi. No, it's amazing how many spam calls we just got this afternoon. But
Oh.
I did want to comment too about the mandating the orientation, because one thing I try to do is link the students back to the website. I always connect them when I'm talking to a new student to go there and leave them with at least 3 places to go, so that hopefully they can get questions. And then I figure if they can go there once or twice and get a question answered, they'll go back again.
Which
But-
ones do you suggest for them?
I like to do at least the admission. I think it used to be future students. Now it's the admissions, where it's step 1, step 2, step 3. I always try to get them to my OCC and show them where the schedule is. And then the college catalog, unless they have an the A to Z, I always show them.
Okay,
And I always warn them, it's OCC's vocabulary, so it does not always make sense.
like ultrasound doesn't start with you mean?
I bet my first student
It
still
took
hasn't
me
read it.
years.
All right, colleagues, I'm recording this session and I will save it and hopefully try to put it on a YouTube channel, because I think the YouTube channel way is faster in terms of viewing it. I'm hoping within another week, let me know how VDI is going to go. So please test it out. If you're having problems, call 2100 and we'll go from there.
Okay, well, thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The one question I don't know if Dave answered, if we just go into a computer on campus, will that icon already be on those computers?
No, you'd have to download it, I believe. I know I had
That's
to
what I
download,
wondered.
but you don't need to. You don't
Yeah, you-
need to use it on
Okay.
campus.
Okay,
This
You
is
just-
only used when you're at home, on your home computer.
Okay, that's right. Thank you. Uh-huh.
okay. Yeah, that confused me too, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
VDI is only when you're at home working. That's it.
Okay.
Patty, you don't take your laptop. to
I
work.
will not.
They're not, they can't use it. They can't.
And
Hey,
I
Noreen.
wanna-
Hey, Noreen, show the puppy.
Oh, he's sleeping. I'm not touching him.
no.
He's sleeping. Let him sleep.
What kind of puppy did you get?
Boston Terrier. He looks like a little Chihuahua. I didn't realize he's so small.
Oh, that's funny. He's furry, though, right?
Little Boston Terrier.
Good dog.
Yeah.
Cute.
Oh my God, he's so chill. He's such a good little thing. You know, it's easier taking care of him than taking care of babies.
Oh, that's good.
That's
That's
good.
not always the case.
No,
Just wait,
puppy.
just wait,
Uh-oh, they get worse when they're older.
just wait.
Like kids.
Obedience training, here we come.
You got it.
Pat,
You
Pat
got it.
Pat wants to know the name of your dog.
Link,
Link?
yeah. Although
Oh,
Jamie
that's-
keeps
Sure.
Jamie
Show the
keeps calling
picture
him
you have on-
Logan.
Show the picture you have on your phone, Irene.
Oh, yeah, I've got a. Give me a second. Let me try to see if I have an updated picture. He's.
Well, she's looking. I just want to point out, when they talk about putting stuff on the H drive, I've told you guys this before, but I lost everything on my desktop, and I heartily agree that you want to save stuff on your
Yeah.
H drive.
When the one I was using, the hard drive died.
Yeah.
Said, I hope you have everything on the H drive. I said, actually, I do.
Yeah, I didn't at the time. This was fairly early. There was a power surge at campus, and the computer that I had remoted into crashed, and I literally lost everything. So
Okay, show link.
Okay.
Show
not
link.
on my H drive though.
Let me
or
see.
my-
if I see him.
Show link.
Aw,
Here's
he's
my little bugger.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah,
How old is?
he is 9 weeks.
Brought the agenda.
Okay.
He drove to the middle of nowhere in a cornfield. Yeah, that was an
So did
adventure.
both the kids promise to do everything for the dog?
They're doing their best. They do what they can. And I'm not, I don't pressure. I knew going in, they were only gonna do so much, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, they'll go off to college and it'll be your dog anyway. So.
Ah, yeah,
Oh,
that's our Linky boy.
that's
All right,
Link. Yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna send you some emails, some links to how to map the drive, how to download the software, and I'll get the recording to you. And then I'll get your flash drives too.
Yeah, good. Pierre says thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this. It's good to see you all.
Yeah,
Thanks, Irene.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You guys have a good night.
Bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.